Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Sampler video series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through going over there and reviewing a seasonal coffee blend, and apparently I'm doing another one right now. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. But that's not the case today. No, both this and the other item that I just got through reviewing, I picked up, I believe, at the exact same time. I was out shopping a few days ago and, making my way around and such. And I always like to keep my eyes open for potential review items, that way I can keep creating content and stuff. And, I made my way to a little coffee section. They had a few little things here and there. And first thing I found was, boom, from Bones Coffee Company, the Jacked O-Lantern Pumpkin Spice Latte. I just got through reviewing this. Go watch that if you're interested. And obviously that's geared towards spooky season. At the time I'm doing this, we're just days away from Halloween. Yay, Halloween! I like Halloween. But then literally, just in the exact same section, probably not even 6 inches away from it, well, folks, I ran into, boom! From Victor Allen's Iced Coffee Latte, it's their Peppermint Mocha flavor, which seems a bit presumptuous, and here's the thing, we're not even at Halloween yet, and one could certainly argue the point that Peppermint Mocha is gearing towards Christmas and that season. Now, for me personally, I don't give two shits and a fuck. Why? Because I love peppermint and I love mocha. I personally think that peppermint and chocolate it's one of the best flavor combinations out there. So I don't give two shits, man. I'm just happy it exists. Or am I? Let's find out together. All right. Oh, I gotta get a thing for the thing. Let's do a thing for the thing here. We'll do it like this. Ha 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 ha! Sure, man. I don't know what the fuck with Victor Allen's, man. They've been making some moves into some things. I hadn't heard of their brand up until, maybe a year ago. And now they're, doing all kinds of cool stuff. So, I'm down. Oh, that tastes good. Open. I will say, I don't like their tab. It feels like a very weak tab. I was just able to get it, but, it felt like if I'd given it a little bit extra oomph, I could have probably bent it. Huh. That's an interesting interpretation of the Peppermint Mocha flavor blend. Huh. Okay. I don't know how much I like that. It. All right. Well, the weird thing about it is that it doesn't come it has a fair amount of flavor, but I wouldn't say that the most flavor comes from the peppermint or the mocha. It's more. Because the thing is, when you do a peppermint mocha thing, there's lots of different ways you can take it. You can focus more on the peppermint, more of the mocha. You can try to blend it so that it's 50-50. But then there's also, when you're applying it in this instance, you have the coffee aspect to kind of back it up, or the latte aspect. With this, though, I'm not getting the peppermint is the stronger of the flavors between the peppermint and the mocha. I'll be honest, the mocha I'm really not getting a lot of. I'm not saying it's not there to some extent, but like it really isn't coming through as like a peppermint chocolate kind of experience. It's coming more as a peppermint coffee experience with like some light chocolate sort of, you know, tones going throughout it. Um, and even the peppermint isn't that pleasant for what I'm expecting. You know, like it almost tastes more like a candy peppermint instead of like a, you know, a more like closer to a fresh peppermint kind of thing. And that can work. Like I know I have had somewhat similar kind of things, but if you're going to do that, you really need to push the peppermint aspect. And while that is again the more prominent flavor here, it still isn't really coming through that well. And so, you know, whereas peppermint can be a really nice, refreshing flavor, because it's not really strong enough, and because it is, again, more of a candy kind of peppermint flavor, it really doesn't get that. You know, it just sort of blends in awkwardly with the latte flavor, and then, again, the notes of chocolate for the mocha. Yeah, it is. There is something of a cooling sensation from the mint, but even that, you know, like it's there. I'm not gonna say it's not, but it's. Yeah, I mean, I've tried quite a few peppermint and peppermint mocha coffee related things. I've even done comparisons. I did the Dunkin' Donuts Thin Mint against the Starbucks peppermint mocha. I've done the, what was it? Casey's. They have their own version of it. You know, so like I've got some you know, some experience under my belt. I'm just gonna toss this out there. I think this might be my absolute least favorite peppermint mocha blend that I've ever had in a coffee. Yeah. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and no. I know. You know, again, like I've enjoyed Victor Allen putting their stuff out there for the most part. I don't think I've really had anything that I kind of disliked, but this I would honestly go as far as to say I think I dislike it. I don't. It's kind of an affront to that flavor combination that I love so much, and I don't understand why. Because like, are they just trying to focus more on the coffee aspect of it? Is that what they're trying to do? Or did they just not get the memo on how to do this? Like, I get that they were apparently going for a lighter interpretation of it, but I really don't get the appeal there. You know, and to be fair, for some people it might be an appeal, but even then, like I've had peppermint mocha things that were lighter in flavor that did it way better. This, the combination, like the ratios feel all off, and then the flavors that I should be enjoying, I'm really not to any significant extent. The coffee aspect of it is fine, I guess. You know, that's probably the best part. But when, you know, the peppermint aspect I find to be, you know, somewhat off-putting, and then when I find the mocha aspect to be almost missing, yeah, I really don't know what the fuck with this thing. But I don't really care for it, so I definitely wouldn't get it again. And if I'm recommending it, no. You know, I can't in good conscience. As a man who loves some peppermint mocha, loves some peppermint mocha, I always want to be able to go over there and recommend a great new, you know, peppermint mocha blend, you know, or peppermint chocolate, whatever, you know. This isn't it. This is a complete fucking whiff, in my opinion, you know. And to be fair, try it if you're enticed by it. But like, I think that if you're like me and you really like that combination, I feel like you're gonna probably feel how I feel about it, which is what the fuck even? Like, why even do this if this is what you're gonna put out? You know? And again, I'm sure there are people out there who it might work for, but I am not one of those people, and I'm not willing to spread this out into the universe. I just don't think it's very good. I'll finish it, but not with a smile on my face. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly proper peppermint mocha-tastic rest of your life. It's not that hard, Victor Allens. I'm going to have to go beat up Victor Allen now. Or maybe it's Victor and Allen. It'll be a handicap match, but like I'm fueled by fury and rage, okay? I'll make this happen. Maybe we'll get a run-in or something like that, you know. I'll get into contact with like Rey Mysterio. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a nice guy who'd be willing to help me out with something like this. He can go over there and get in the 619, you know, we'll make it happen. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations, where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on Peppermint Mocha? Is it something you like? Is it something you hate? Different people have different interpretations of it, and, whether they like it or not. I'm a big fan, clearly, typically. And I'm not saying this to be against anybody, but, the worst person I've ever known in my entire life was not a fan of Peppermint Mocha. I'm not saying that makes you one of the worst people in the world. I'm just saying you're in bad company. But anyway.